Hello, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. If we haven't met yet, go ahead and comment somewhere # or hashtag pajama, because then I'll know we haven't met yet, and I will introduce myself so that we can maybe start a conversation and get to know one another. I find that sometimes social media is really impersonal because you can see me and hear me and get to know me, but I have no idea who you are, and I am all about getting to know you. So I'm sharing with you my new adventure, things I'm working on to go from the traditional corporate world. I grew up in corporate America, and then I moved to and simultaneously ran several different type of businesses in all different industries. And I left that about 1.5 years ago, the brick and mortar world, and decided I was going to build an online business. I knew nothing about online business, but I decided I was going to build one, and I jumped right in and became certified in a tool, a software tool, that helps businesses to streamline their operations, to automate and get an online presence for their particular businesses. And it can be used for any type of businesses. It's really quite phenomenal. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what I'm up to and my new adventure and why and how I'm doing that. Now, I had a little snafu this week in that I found myself in what's called Facebook jail. I don't think it's really called Facebook jail, but it's when Facebook freezes out your account and doesn't let you do anything. You can kind of see what's going on there, but you can't do anything. You can't like anything. You can't post anything. You can't share anything. You can't you can't save anything. You can't do any Facebook Lives, nothing. You can pretty much just see it, but not comment or do anything. And I'm not even going to go into why I'm in Facebook jail. It's so ridiculous that it's amazing. But I understand that a company with billions of users has to have systems in place that if somebody complains, they just shut it down. And I don't like that, but it challenges me to find another way to do things. And I've always known in my offline world to have an emergency plan or another way of doing things, because stuff comes up all the time when you have your own business. When you have your own business, okay, let's be honest, if you're living, stuff comes up all the time you have to deal with, right? It's not just in a business, but especially in a business, we get over dramatic and traumatized over little glitches and little things that go wrong or change our routines. And I've always had a backup plan or pre-thought about, well, what will I do if my freezer breaks down? What will I do if I can't get a supply of a certain raw material? My last business was a manufacturing business, so that's why I asked these questions. And I am an engineer, and so a lot of my jobs in corporate America had to do with manufacturing businesses or engineering projects and things like that. Boring, right? Actually, they were super interesting for me, but they're boring for most of the people in the world. So I've always done that. But in this online stuff, for some reason, I just would figure out a way to do something, and then I would just keep doing it that way until something broke. So, for example, I was making my videos and then transferring them from what's called an MP4 file, so the video file, to just a voice file so I could put them on my podcast. And I was doing that through a piece of software, and I just found a free piece of software that could change that from an MP4 file, a video file, to an MP3 file, an audio file. And then when that one broke, I would just find another one. And that's kind of been my philosophy with online stuff, which is fine, except for I had gotten a little bit complacent, and it was really easy to just wake up in the morning, do my Facebook Lives, which is my way of creating content, and then processing that data and putting it on the internet. Well, when Facebook Live was one morning, just didn't work, and I couldn't answer any of my coaching calls and messages from my clients, which is super frustrating, which is why I've been trying to get them all on Voxer. So we had a backup plan. So some of them were, some of them weren't. And, you know, you have to get creative with this stuff. And I got creative with it, and I'm making it work. But it shows me that I might need another backup tool, because being able to hop on your phone and make video and produce it is really the wave of the future and the way I want to do my content creation. It's so much easier than writing my blog posts. I love to write. I love to write. I think I'm a much better writer than I am talker. And so maybe I'll get back to doing more actual physical writing in my blog posts so that days like this, or it's actually, I think it's a 3-day freeze. So days like this don't throw me for a loop and be more challenging than they have to be. Also, I will have backup plans for everything like this so that it doesn't become an issue. I guess the part that's the most frustrating for me is I'm on a couple of live challenges that I'm committed to helping with and doing and participating in. And it's a little hard to do a Facebook Live if you're locked out of Facebook Live, to be part of a Facebook Live challenge. So I've just stretched that a little bit and made it, hey, it's a daily video challenge. And I don't have a problem going live now. I think I just figured out I've done like 810 YouTube videos. Well, if they're on YouTube, that means I did them as a Facebook Live or a Be Live presentation. So they're all Facebook Lives, and I did them live. So after 810, I guess I don't have a particular scare or fear tactic of just hopping on live and talking, but I need to find another way to be able to do that because it's so darn easy and efficient. And right now, I'm just recording this on my cell phone. Then I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll just have YouTube available for a couple of days because I've never been frozen out of YouTube. I don't know why. Probably because nobody knows who I am on YouTube, and nobody cares. And that's okay, too. Because all of the practice and all of the crazy videos I've done, I'm sure if I were to go back and watch them, I'd be, like, super embarrassed. And I hope and I know that I'll continue to get better and better and better at doing videos, but for right now, that's where I am. So that's been a lot of this week has been tied up with just figuring that stuff out. And I'm okay with that. I like figuring stuff out. I love it when I get a challenge because so many people just hit a little hurdle and then they quit. They just stop. If someone tells them no, they just take no for an answer and they stop. It's crazy to me, but I don't understand it, but a lot of people do. And it just... the universe will always test us to see if we're serious about something. And to me, this is just a little test to see if I'm serious about being committed to the things I say I'm committed to. And I'm committed to doing a Facebook Live every day, so I'll figure it out. And I guess it can't officially be called a Facebook Live because I'm doing a live video, but it's not really live because I can't get on Facebook Live. But guess what? I'm still putting my videos up there. I will still get my content out, and I learned that we never put all of our eggs in one basket. We cannot get so dependent on one tool. And I was actually thinking I wasn't that dependent on Facebook until it shut me down like everybody else. And I realized, oh my God, now think if all of my income and everything I do was solely dependent on Facebook. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are, and that if their Facebook account got shut down for 3 days like mine just did, they would lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and they would be devastated because they wouldn't have a backup plan to tide them over for that time period. So guess what? If you, like me, were putting too much emphasis on a single platform, it's time to diversify, look around, and figure out what else you can do. Now, I think that you can do, I don't know that you can do live videos on LinkedIn. I don't think you can. But I know that they have now offered the ability to upload videos to LinkedIn. I actually have a bigger following on LinkedIn, like by over twice as many people as I do on Facebook. So maybe I should be doing my stuff on LinkedIn anyway. And since I want to work with businesses, it makes a lot more sense. Maybe Facebook isn't my ideal platform, and this is just a wake-up call to know, hey, there's alternatives out there. Maybe you should go a different direction. So I'm going to explore that today. I also am having to do a directional change with some of my personal work, and I'm not sure how that's going to play out. It's not for my reasons. It's for somebody else in my life's reasons that I need to be cognizant and aware of. And so that's a big thing I have to do today. I've got my Expert Secrets lesson for my coaching program, and I've got to catch up on those, putting those into my email sequence. So what I like to do when I'm doing my coaching programs, in this particular group coaching program, is I do a video lesson, then I create a worksheet with that video lesson, and then I post that into the membership area, and I like to send an email that goes along with that. Now, luckily, I'm a few days ahead of everybody, like 3 or 4, so it works out all right for me to have fallen a couple days behind, but I need to catch that up this morning. I've been doing the lessons, but I forgot to do the email sequences each day. Again, lots of stuff throwing me out of my routines, which is always good because then I find quicker, easier, more efficient, and more effective ways of doing things than I had before. I was probably doing too much in certain areas because I would offer the Facebook Live, I would offer the YouTube link, I would offer a written thing, and then also a worksheet. That's maybe too much. Do we really need the YouTubes and the Facebook Live? Probably not. But some people like to go on Facebook Live and watch things and communicate that way and share their comments. And so I like to produce content and provide it in ways that work for all the different type of people that might listen to it or might be wanting to participate in it. So that's what I'm working on today. I wish you a fantastic day. Go out, make it awesome. Create a backup plan, emergency action plan. We call them in corporate America. Had them for everything. Had them in my small businesses. Don't know why I didn't think I needed an emergency action plan for my online businesses, but I absolutely do. So the things I'm dependent on, I will make sure I have a backup for from now on. I recommend you do the same. Go out and make it an awesome day. Today is actually day 124 of my new adventure, so I will share day 125 with you tomorrow. See you soon. Bye. I'll still be in Facebook jail.